This is a sketch I did last year when I was living in Vancouver. I did the time lapse and I had it all edited and ready to post, but I hadn't done a voiceover yet. So I'm just gonna talk through it, walk through my process. This is like kind of my usual style, just messing around with characters, creatures, and vehicles. Those are kind of my go-tos. I mentioned in my last video how when I'm first starting, I like to just throw random shapes around the page and just see what happens. So this is that part of the drawing. Just I got a couple little cars, a little man, and now starting on some characters. And it's completely random. I don't have anything in my mind. I'm just working on the most recent thing I've learned, like studying a bit of perspective, studying a bit of proportion, those kind of things. I'm not a strictly in the lines kind of person. I like to explore different shapes and like break the rules and like just let flow state take over. That's kind of my process. But I do learn perspective and like those kind of things. I study it here and there to like touch up on it and try and improve, and then I just go back to my old style and incorporate it in new ways. You'll see here I'm just doing that, just continuing to throw out random things, and slowly things start to make sense. They start to look like something, and I just I'll zoom in on that and I'll do something. Like there was a tree. The tree kind of looked like a dragon, so all of a sudden he turns into the beginning stages of what will become a dragon. So that's how things start out. I picked up a book at the grocery store. It was a magazine and it had all little model cars in it, so I was using it for reference material. I never used to use reference material. I'd always go straight out of my head, but since I started studying perspective a little bit more, those kind of things inspired me rather than made me feel locked in. So I dip into that kind of stuff and go in and out of using it. So you'll see that magazine sitting on the side, and then sometimes I'll put images up on my laptop for like inspiration of shapes or like a skidoo or like a motorcycle that I want to get proportions for. But other than that, I exaggerate and let my mind run wild, see what happens. So as it all starts to take shape, I just dive in a little more on details, touch up things here, touch up things there, and I'm practicing. I'm just seeing what I can accomplish by just letting my mind run free and not stopping myself, not giving into the perfectionism and going, oh, this isn't good enough, oh, I should redo this. Like just letting the flow take over. And I've said that in my other drawings, but it's how I do more finished or completed pieces. Because I can spend a bunch of time on one small thing, and that's sometimes good when you're practicing, trying to get things right, or learning a new technique. But when you want to see results, sometimes for me, I find I just let myself go, and that'll help the end process. No judgment of what's happening in front of you, just free flow. And from there, I find I enjoy the results more. I find like I have more fun looking back on the piece and being like, yeah, that was, maybe I didn't like it in the moment, but like because I just flew with it, I don't mind it. But it is a constant battle with resistance and like trying to get your work out and actually be okay with the way it turns out. But every time I fight through the initial unapproval and not good enough feelings, it seems like it gets easier. It gets easier to beat the resistance, to beat the shit that's holding you back in your head. Or maybe not easier to beat, just like that you get stronger, because you definitely get stronger each time you work towards that thing that you like deep down feel like you want to be working towards. So sitting down to make this, I find quite challenging, but I love the fact that I'm getting feedback. I love the fact that I get to show you guys my work. I love the fact that I don't have to judge myself for every piece I do. I can just be more organic and like just show you random projects. I think that's very rewarding, and I look forward to continuing to show what I'm working on. So yeah, this has been a really fun piece to talk through the process on, and here's the final result. So going forward, I'd love to do a coloring version of this one where I project it up and then color it in a bigger format or something. I think that would be pretty cool. So that's a project coming up. I have another sketch that's pretty similar to this one in style that I did when I was living in Van that I have to just do a voiceover for, and then I'll be putting it up. And also I have some of my work coming out soon. I've been working on Madcap, developing a collection of art, and it's almost ready to come out. So I'll throw some of that up on the screen. So these are the 3 poster designs I'll be releasing with the collection. They're 22 inches by 28 inches, and I just kind of made them with like a childhood poster in mind. You know, it's just like something I loved to see on my wall when I was younger. So now I just kind of jumped ahead and did some posters in my own style, and I just wanted to like put that forward. So lots more to come, and thanks for checking in, and if you mess with my stuff, feel free to check out my channel, and thanks for watching.